Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Monday Race Club on Monday, the 1st of November. Tonight, we are live from the Autodromo Internazionale Enzo Dino Ferrari, better known as Imola, one of the few major international circuits to run in an anti-clockwise direction. But we are here for round 2 of season 5 of Monday Race Club for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Joining me in the commentary box tonight is my good compadre, Carl Eden. Carl, good evening, sir. How are you?
Not too bad, Gav. Thanks for having me again in there. Looking forward to this. Get me mouth full lost there. Apologies.
Exactly. And first of all, before we even go on to the action this evening, congratulations on a well-deserved win at Bahrain in Tier 3 in the first round of the championship last week, a race which I commented on.
I think the long wait's over finally. I think everyone had the same reaction about finally that it happened. And I tell you something, just when the result dropped, I was in bits.
It was a well-deserved.
And all the respect in the world for Convertible. Mad respect to him. And it's not the easiest to lose a race after stewards' inquiries.
Exactly.
So, mad respect to him.
Exactly. Well done to all of our drivers racing in across the tiers. It was one hell of a race that we had on Wednesday night. Do catch it on the YouTube. 2 separate videos, one for qualifying and one for race. But I will tell you this, do not tune out. Watch it all until the end, folks, because I can tell you it was an absolute belter. But we are here back in Tier 2. At the Imola circuit. We're just having a quick look at Ollie T here, just in the Ferrari. Into qualifying, we've got a couple of standings tonight in terms of the Tier 2 drivers, so we'll just give a quick overview of that. We have Brogan Morris, who is standing in for Seb Mail in the Alpha Tauri, so welcome to him. Your teammate, of course, in Tier 3 at Aston Martin.
Yes, and a brilliant pole position he got on Wednesday. Absolutely fantastic start for him, but obviously things didn't go very well in the race. And I actually enjoyed that last lap battle with him, to tell the truth. It was quite thrilling, and I think even you enjoyed it as well.
Oh yes, nobody could tell that I was enjoying the battle as the excitement boiled over. And the other stand-in that we've got tonight, we have Tomo222 in the McLaren. He is standing in for our good friend Martin Els, who's currently sunning himself in Barcelona, but no doubt watching us as we go. So welcome to him indeed, and to all of those as we broadcast around the world on YouTube. Everyone is welcome. Please do check out the various YouTube channels or the YouTube videos that we've got. We may have many YouTube channels, who knows, but check out the races. If you want to take part, do leave us a comment. We can invite you to the various the Discord that we have in regards to that. Always looking for drivers. We've got 3 tiers, 20 drivers in each tier. Tiers 1 and 2 race on a Monday evening, and Tier 3 races on a Wednesday evening. We stream qualifying and race, and we also now stream practice. We didn't stream practice this week just due to some unfortunate circumstances, but we stream a practice session where I talk madness yes, pretty much for a period of time. So we're just keeping an eye out in terms of qualifying. Qualifying's always a bit difficult, just to keep an eye out. But we've got Van Drayson, who's just went top 117.1 there. Just going to start to have a look. I think we'll go.
Evil Homer's just in a 116.6 to go top.
He has indeed. So again, another cracker of a lap there from him. We're going to go on board with Alex and the Williams, we will give you a lap of Imola as we come through. So coming out of that final turn, absolutely flooring it down. DRS wide open as he comes across this reprofiled start-finish straight, all the way down into the Variante Tamburello. Turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, this left, right, you've got to just hook it up nicely. Don't get too much on the curbs, or otherwise it's going to unsettle the car. A little bit of oversteer there. He's now coming down to the Variante Villeneuve. Again, a very tight left and then right-hander. You can easily run wide into the gravel. As always, just unfortunately done there. He's going to go round. Oh, and he's lost it. We were on board. I'm hoping not commentators cursing. Alex, if you're listening, I do apologise, my friend. Commentators curse there. Unfortunately, he is out. He did set a time though, lucky for him.
Yeah, he set an 18.2 on the mediums.
Yeah, so
18.2 on the medium tyre.
He will definitely start there. We'll continue our lap with another driver just shortly, but unfortunately for Alex, that will stop his running. We'll jump on board just now with Morgan. So again, as we've already kind of talked about, he will have activated his DRS. I was in the commentary box with Morgan on Wednesday night, standing in for Mark, and Morgan I think is just pulled out of this particular lap, just looking to get a bit of heat in those tyres. But we will go and focus. And here we've got Guy in the Ferrari. So as we were saying, as Alex before he came up, as you're now coming into Tosa, which is turn 7 again, want to get it just nice enough clipped on the right hand side. You don't want to run too wide. There is a bit of track limits again on this particular track. Everyone's going on a warm up lap. This is the thing, we've just got Nicolas gone into pole position on a 1:16.656. So again, a really good lap from him. Let's just... I'm going to keep an eye on Dumbest Hornet just on the Aston Martin just now. And he's nearly went again. Very easy, Carl, to kind of run wide in this circuit. It's very easy to unsettle the car. There's obviously lots of change of direction. Yeah,
the main point that I think on the track that's very easy to invalidate your lap would be the Variante Alta, that very quick chicane, that very short quick chicane, because I think it was at that point where Lando Norris validated his possible pole position lap earlier this year in the real life F1.
Yeah, no, it was indeed. It's again interesting. We're 10 minutes into the session. We've already got quite a few different bits of strategy here. So Alex is the quickest at the moment on the medium tyre. He is 8th, and he is unfortunately out of the session. We've got a few people now coming out of the pits. We've got Dumbest Hornet, who's just coming round the final corner, coming down to set a time in his Aston Martin on those mediums, and he does a 1:19.5. So he'll certainly be looking for a bit more time.
Nicolas improved.
Exactly, 1:16.4. So again, Evil Homer is suddenly just coming back out. He's going to look to make some time up. We've got Mark and one of the McLarens, Tomo, coming out as well of the pits. So again, Mark will be coming out to on those soft shod Mercedes. Ghetto Biggie as well. He's coming out. So we do have a yellow flag in Sector 1, but it has been cleared. Track limits are going to be an interesting one again into this particular race, because again with Imola, probably similar, if not worse than Bahrain actually, where we were in round 1, where you can get quite a lot of penalties. You've got track limit warnings there, so you do need to be very, very clean, very just absolutely nailing your corners, but not running too wide, or if you do, try and limit it as much as you can. Just keeping an eye. You've got Damalek here in the Haas there, Carl.
I'm just checking Jacob, who's literally just come round Rivazza and has improved to 7th on a fresh set of softs with a 17.5.
Oh, got one of the I think one of the Red Bulls had went round just in the first sector. I think that might be Van Dresen. It is. He's just recovering there. So he'll just be making sure to get out of people's way. And that's the other thing, very difficult track if you want to get out of people's way, very tight circuit, not a wide circuit either. So again, you do have to do a bit of as I'll say, sort of off-roading, shall we say, which doesn't always work in a Formula One car. So let's go and join on board. Let's just have a quick look. We've got Mark Hudson here just in the Mercedes. So we'll jump on board with him onto TV Pod. So again, just coming through that kind of first sector there, and he has run a little bit wide. Is he continuing? No, I think he's backed out of that particular run. Seems to be the commentator's curse today, Carl. Every time we go on board with someone, something happens to them. So I think that might be telling us something tonight.
Well, it'll affect. I think it'll affect you more than me because you're the one that's hosting the stream, so I'm all right here.
Well, I was about to say I'll get the blame for it. Then is basically what we're doing.
Bro,
what have we got?
Oh no!
We got Brogan gone.
No, I was watching him. My fault.
Oh no! Is he?
He's my teammate.
Is it just? It's the exit of the Ravazza.
Lost it. He ran wide onto the gravel and. He went round and hit the wall on the inside on the exit of Ravazza.
Unfortunately for him, we're just seeing Grimmo just going to 10th in the Alpine just on those soft compound tyres there.
My fault.
The drivers are going to be cursing us tonight, Carl, I'll tell you that right now.
Sorry, Brogan.
We've got another yellow in Sector 3. One of the Mercedes, have they gone round? Potentially, was that Mark potentially? Or maybe just slowing down, so we're just watching Mark again, going to come over the line. And Smith 96, 116.1. Tremendous lap there from him in the Alfa Romeo. And an Alfa Romeo 1-2 nonetheless at the top of the grid at the present moment, with Ghetto Biggie there in third place. So he's snuck out in Monster, just gone into second.
Yeah, last time's pole sitter at Bahrain Guy is still down in 8th on a 16.9.
We're just watching Mark's best time there. So he's up on his previous best. He was taking it easy on his last lap, so we'll keep on board. Actually, just jump on board with him just now. So on to the Mercedes as we're now coming into Piratella, and then we drop down slightly to Aqua Minerale, turns 11, 12, and then into 13. 13, just this little kink here, very, very easy to get it wrong. And this is the next difficult part, the Variante Alta chicane. Again, we can see that you can't just go straight over it. You do need to be quite tight. You need to keep it on the right hand side. You don't want to drift too wide out, otherwise you're going to incur a penalty or a warning for that. Coming now down into the run into Ravazza, and you can lose so much time here. You just need to be able to clip the inside curb, and Mark does that beautifully. Just runs out slightly, then again clip the curb, absolutely floor the throttle, and then go down as he comes towards the line. He will open his DRS activation and he will go across the line and goes into 10th place with a 117.2. With 5 minutes
just
left.
Gone 15th. I was watching Stu, who was just behind him on track, who's gone 15th.
Yes, indeed. Just again, keep an eye. We do have a yellow just in regards to, I think it's one of the Haas's potential. Was that Loppy just gone maybe a little bit? Yeah, I think he was just given space. So at the moment we have Smith 96, 116.1. We have Monster in the Red Bull, 116.2. We have Tomo 222, absolutely doing a standout job in that McLaren, 116.4, and Nikolak 116.4 as well. He is on his outlap at the present moment in time. So he is just coming across the start-finish line. We are currently watching him as he comes through. We do have a bit of a yellow flag into Sector 3, but we'll keep watching Nikolak. What can he do as he comes down into the Tamburello chicane and then absolutely powers it? Make sure to keep it nice and clean. What will he be at the end of Sector 1? This is going to be the key thing for him to see. So as he comes through, runs a little bit wide there, maybe just didn't quite hit the apex. So he's only 96 one-thousandths of a second down though on his previous best time. Plenty of time to be able to recover that on this particular lap. So as he now comes all the way up into turn 8 and then turn 9 and 10 for Piratella, again keeps it nice and clean. Currently coming down into Aqua Minerale, and again slam on the brakes, really hard stop, get it nice and tight, rotated nicely as he comes through. Now coming up to the Variante Alta chicane, so let's just see where he comes. Nice clip on the first curve, nice clip on the second, and then run slightly wide. Nothing too bad at all from him. So he's now going to power it down as we do. Let's just keep an eye. DRS detection, so just where he is just now as well for those that are interested. Again, coming through Ravazza, and he's now going to absolutely floor it. Make sure not to run too much wide. He is looking to make up around about 3.5 tenths of a second. He is going to come across the line. Is he? Oh, he does a 115.7. What a lap! And that is a statement. That is
smashes it
made.
out of the park.
He does indeed. There is a statement that says, I am going back to the top of the grid, and the Alfa Romeo 1-2 is restored. So, Smith 96, Monster and Tomo. Currently in the pits, we've got Van's racing. Frank's just went into 6th place in that Red Bull, so he's joining his teammate up there. We've got Ghetto, Biggie, and the Alpine and Evil Homer in the Williams as well, just on the route laps. Dumbest Hornet about a second down on his best time at the present moment. Again, he'll probably just be looking to set up Ollie T and Mark in the pits, as well as a couple of others, Jacob in the pits as well. But they've got time, pretty much depending on how you want to do it. Everyone's on the softs.
Purple in the first sector.
We've just jumped, we're just on with him just now, so we'll just keep him, but good call out there just to see where we are. Could he potentially take the fight to the Alfa Romeos, obviously utilising Ferrari engines as well? Just again, keeping on board with him. Let's keep it
in second.
There we go, 0.7 of a second up. Oh, did he jump maybe too much on that chicane there? It felt a little bit as if he didn't, but we'll keep an eye on it. No, I don't think he has. Got a penalty, which is good. Let's just see. We're keeping an eye on him as he goes through Ravazza. And does he? He does.
15.7. Oh,
he does indeed.
Look how close that is, though. I think that's 10... No, 100...
Oh, it's what? It's basically 10 1,000ths of a second.
Vans is
Oh,
out.
is he gone round? He has indeed.
Yeah, somewhere. I don't know exactly where. But yeah, the pole sitter from Bahrain is on provisional pole as we speak.
He is indeed. I think for those watching, just you may just literally be hearing the noises of Carl and I. There does seem to be some technical challenges getting the audio from the circuit. We will hopefully resolve them shortly. I would have said if this was Halloween, it was a bit reminiscent of last night and power cuts and sitting by candles. Thankfully, not repeating itself tonight, but they are just.
That's why we didn't have a live practice last night.
It was indeed. Just watching Ghetto Biggie just now as he goes round the final corner and will floor it, puts the DRS down, and I think his lap was just a 1:17.1 there. So again, we've got a bit of yellow in sector 3 there. I think it's just one of the McLarens just taking it easy. I think it was Jacob there actually, just so we'll go and watch him. Again, Jacob just coming down. Give us a shout, Carl, if you see any others. So again, just keeping an eye on Jacob. So what can he do? Currently 15th at the moment. And Evo Homers went into provisional pole, 1:15.5. The times tumble. The times do tumble, and Jacob's 9/10 up at the moment in that McLaren. So certainly he'll be looking to continue that through into sectors 2 and 3 as we watch him climb to the top of the hill. Again, looking to keep it clean. Again, a couple of yellows.
Tomo's retired.
Oh, fingers crossed he's not went off anywhere, and he's just retired from the
purple
session.
In sector 2 again on his second lap on these soft tyres, so he's gone purple in sector 2 as well.
So keeping an eye on Jacob at the moment as we go. So he comes now down into Ravazza. So again, at the moment, Jacob in 15th, and Guy and Nico Lack have both finished their laps. They are done for
Guy did improve, but it wasn't enough for pole.
And Jacob goes up into 13th. So he goes up into 13th place at the moment, folks. But we've got a few others just on laps at the moment. Era Voice, 1/10 of a second up at the end of sector 2 as he comes down into sector 3. Again, we'll keep an eye on him. Is he going to hopefully doesn't run too wide? Should have enough, hopefully, traction and time there. Can he look to make a difference as he comes across the line? He's looking to beat a 1:17.2. He does, but he had his time was invalidated. He did do a 1:16.9, but unfortunately, that was not to be. Just keeping an eye on Damalek
just improved to 5th with a 16.0.
Just as we caught him there.
Watching that. I think that's qualifying because the only one that hasn't crossed the line yet is Grimo, but his lap's been invalidated because I've got the track map up and it's red, so he's probably gonna bring it into the pits to finish.
Indeed, he is, and the end of qualifying as we see there, everybody has done the lights. Yeah, as you said, we'll just try and figure out why we can't hear the track action. Figure out why we can't hear. As much as people want to listen to us, Carl, and I know that's why they tune in, is just to listen to our madness. And we do have sound now. So maybe just. Maybe just a wee glitch there as we were going through practice session. But as we have it, we have Evil Homer in pole position in the Williams, 115.5, 8 thousandths of a second. Oh, I'll tell you one thing, Carl, we're in for a race. I can tell you that. Guy second in the Ferrari, Nico Lack third in the Alfa Romeo. We've got the Aston Martin of Dumbest Hornet up into fourth place. We've got Danilek in the Haas, fifth, and Smith rounding out the third row. Monster and Tomo, well done for Tomo in reserving. We've got then Vans Racing and Ghetto Biggie on the fifth row. And then we have the first of those who will be able to choose their tyres. And thanks to Rob, we do have some audio now, which is always good from the game. We've got Ollie T in the Ferrari. We've then got Mark. We've got Fire Rooster and Era Voice. And we will round out the bottom five just shortly as well. But I'll tell you one thing, that gap in this track, we are going to have a race on our hands. I can guarantee you that.
Williams versus Ferrari on the front row.
Oh, we've not said that for a while.
Nah.
Do you know what? I actually think the last Williams Ferrari front row, I'm going to put my head out, or my head on the line here. I am convinced it was Spain 2012 when Pastor Maldonado was on the front row with a Fernando Alonso in second.
I probably would say you're spot on with that one.
I just have to, because Lewis Hamilton got the penalty for not having enough petrol in the McLaren or something like that. But I am convinced it was Spain 2012. If anyone wants to in the chat confirm or deny that, then please do. We can see here that we got the predicted pit stop strategy. Interestingly enough, when we did this as the non-championship race, Gini won it on a one-stopper. So definitely is possible. So we'll just round out the top 20 runners. So as we were saying, we got to Era Voice in 14th, we've got Loppy 15th, Grimo in 16th, Stoop in 17th, Alex in 18th, Scott in 19th, and Brogan in 20th. So I'll tell you the one that stands out for me right now above everybody else, purely from a tyre perspective. Era Voice.
I was just about to say, I think I know who you're on about.
Hard compound tyre. Now, I will tell you, that is a brave, bold move. I think I used
brave boy.
Yes. Well, is that the brave, bold? Whilst I've got the Iron Brew. The Iron Brew is sitting here.
I've got a glass of Iron Brew actually. So
for those who are probably listening to last week's, there was a bit of joking about in regards to the favourite Scottish drink, as we say, with Iron Brew. So he's gone into the Hudson. I'll tell you one thing: that is either going to be a very brave move, or it's going to be one of those that might not pay off gambles because of. I think we're going to get a safety car here. I would probably say, but then you've got Ollie, Mark, Jacob, we've got Morgan, we've got Scott going on the mediums, but then you've got the likes of Loppy, Grimo, Alex and Brogan all going on the soft. So you've got, in that kind of bottom 10, you've got that really sort of condensed position of fast starting.
And Evil Homer went really quick to the grid, so he's going to be sitting there quite a bit.
And there's Mark,
because he sat there, and Guy's only just pulling up to the second grid slot.
Yeah, will do. So Mark Simba there, just confirming Mark Spain 2012 was the last time it was a Williams Ferrari front row. So we're just seeing all the drivers just beginning to line up. We'll let the cameras do their magic shortly. Fingers crossed they will allow us to see the front of the grid. We can see there just on board. Oh, we've got bit of a strange lap count there. So again, here we go, we have 5 red lights. And at Imola, we are going underway in the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. What a start by Homer, got a little bit of wheel spin there, and Guy is alongside him, but already slightly taken into the lead, and it's going to be key as we go down into turn 1. Is this going to be a repeat of Hamilton and Verstappen from real life? No, Guy does take the lead into turn 1, and then we got Thomas Hornet up into 3rd place already, which is a great move from him. Nico Lack in 96 and 4th and 5th in the Alfa Romeos. Tomo down to 6th place there, and Monster up to 7th there. Ghetto Big has just run. We've got Tomo, I think, has just run wide, unfortunately into the gravel trap, as we keep an eye on Guy
people running wide into the gravel towards the back.
Oh, unfortunately, we'll just keep the battle, but Guy absolutely got a great start. We've got a 5-second penalty there for Scott for a severe collision with Grimmel, so no doubt we'll have a look into that after, depending on what that particular action was. But Evo Homer just seemed to get a little bit too... Oh, and he's gone round! Oh, no, he's gone round to the... Oh, he's gone round! Oh, we're just seeing it right now in the stream, folks. But he is just going to spring, but that's going to drop him right back to the tail end of the field, I think, 18th, 19th, well, indeed.
He's down in 18th, as I've just seen a wing go flying, because somebody must have hit somebody in the back of the rear as they're going into the Variante Alta. Somebody braking sooner than the other. And
we're just watching at the moment.
I'll keep an eye on who goes to the pits for you to see who that would be.
Perfect. Thomas Hornet and Nico Lack at the present moment in time. We're just keeping an eye on him.
It's Scott without the front wing because he's at the back. Yeah.
And I think Scott did get that 5-second penalty, so looks likely to be linked to that.
You've got 3 people in the pits already, probably for damage. You got Damelek, Brogan, and Scott.
Oh, it's unfortunate to see them. We can see the predictive pit stop strategy. 1 stop for a softer Hudson. We're just seeing Thomas Hornet, who ran slightly wide as they're coming up into Tosa. He's going to look to defend himself. Nico Lack's trying to go around the outside here. He's not going to be able to get that move, surely. No, I'll tell you one thing again, that was Michael Schumacher, Juan Pablo Montoya 2004 or so all over again. Nico Lack moves round the outside. Is he going to keep it? I was about to say, take a bow, young man. And they're going to keep battling down as we go into Aquaman Rally, but you've got to be brave, otherwise you could end up both being taken out. But I'll tell you, the one person who this does bring to an advantage is Guy, who's currently 2 seconds in the lead, but this is also allowing Monster and the Red Bull to close up.
Got a huge train behind Smith from 12th down to 17th.
They're all kind of close to each other, and the DRS will be live at the end of this lap. So just one DRS zone in Imola, and that is from the final corner all the way up to the Tamburello that they're just coming across here. At the moment, they are going to be overtaken on merit. Monster, the fastest man on track, 119.3 at the moment. Is he going to go up the outside?
The two McLarens battling.
I will jump onto that.
And Jacob.
Just in a saying, yes, we're just watching that. We just cut to that just now. Tomo just in front, Jacob just behind. We've got a bit of a yellow flag again. Oh, have we got...
It's Dunbest Hornet.
Oh, he's gone round and he's got a 5-second penalty for Nico Lack.
Missing a front wing. Nico's missing a front wing.
Oh, do we know what we were saying? This could be a race of attrition in terms of safety cars, in terms of track limits, and we've already had a few comings together, boys, so let's keep it clean. And Dunbest Hornet has he lost maybe a front wing end plate?
I'm having a look. I can't see anything, but it's probably the smallest of damage. I don't know.
Yeah, we're just watching the helicopter view at the moment. Morgan and the Aston Martin.
Nico Lack will start plummeting down the order with that lack of downforce without the front wing.
Indeed he will. So just watching that helicopter view at the moment, we can see there they are passing him. We've got one of the Red Bulls has gone round. Unfortunately, I think Van Racing has gone round potentially. So we'll Monster up in second at the moment, 3 seconds behind the leader. Guy. I'll tell you what, Ghetto Biggie up there in 3rd place as well. And the Alpine 0.6 of a second behind Monster. Let's just jump on, because again he's going to get DRS as he comes down the pit straight. The rear wing opens. He is going to have a bit of a pace advantage. He's currently closing. It's around about 0.5 of a second. I think he's just a little bit too far behind to be able to make that move into the Tamburello chicane, and he comes close, but he just bides his time.
No, there's probably no damage on Dunbest Hornet's car because he's carried on through.
And he'll be pleased. And we're just watching the 2 McLarens fighting here as well, very reminiscent of Norris and Ricardo. Tomo 222 got a 3-second time penalty there as well. Jacob has passed him though as Tomo's down the field. What's happened to him? Oh, he's gone off in the Tamburello chicane and he's lost his front wing. Oh, we'll just need to, obviously something happened just as he was coming out. We were following that action in 2 turns 2, 3 and 4, so obviously just lost it unfortunately. Your voice, Alex. We mentioned him at the start of the race streams on those hard compound tyres. Again, probably. Oh, we've got a virtual safety car as well, so we've kind of neutralised the field at the present moment in time. What's happening in this race, folks? We can hardly keep up, let alone everybody else at home, but what a start to this race. I mean, let's put it this way, I thought the last 4 laps in the Tier 3 race at Bahrain had absolutely everything. We've got even more in the opening 4 laps here at Imola. On what is a beautiful sunny day. Tomo there in the McLaren, he's going to look to then jump into the pits, probably stick on a pair of hard compound tyres. Virtual safety car still out there, Guy still leading at the present moment, and in the virtual safety car they are all running to time deltas, and we see there that Jacob's got a drive-through penalty. That's exactly what I was going to say, they're all running to time deltas, and if you do breach that time delta, you do get about 15 seconds to come back from it. If you don't, you do get a drive-through penalty, and that is unfortunately what Jacob's got. I think Jacob has jumped into the pit lane at the moment.
Yeah, and so did Ollie T in front of him as well.
Yeah, we're just watching a number of cars. We're just seeing Mario there, and we're just seeing the battle behind Grimo going toe-to-toe with Dumbest Hornet and the Aston Martin there, and Grimo just runs slightly wide down the Tamburello. It was 3 abreast there as they were coming out of Tamburello.
I just caught it because I jumped on board with Evil Homer.
Yeah, Grimo just getting out of the throttle there. I think that's the right thing to do. Just compose yourself, and the two of them, Dumbest Hornet and Evil Homer, actually run wide, so Grimo gets his position back as we go there, and we've seen a pass as well as we come up to Piratella, and we've got Morgan who has gone, who's basically battling Alex in the Williams there, and we've got Smith just behind it.
I just noticed a prone McLaren, and it was Jacob who was plummeting down the order because he must have spun it. I was just caught it on the track map. There was like an orange dot not moving, and I knew Tomo was in the pits, and it must have been Jacob. He must have lost it round about, I think it was Tan Morello.
Yeah, it looks like just keeping an eye on Tomo. He has moved on to the hard compound tyres at the present moment in time. So again, we'll just keep an eye on him at the present moment in time. So 2.8 seconds currently in the lead. We've then got Gerto Biggie 2 seconds behind him. Oh, and Monster's got a 3-second time penalty, and already the penalties are starting to accrue. Maybe people are beginning to get those warnings, 3 warnings, and ultimately on the third.
Evil Homer's lost it in Tamburello. Luckily kept it out the barrier.
I'll just jump to that at the moment. We can see there, yep, he's going to drop down into 11th. They did have a bit of a gap back to Ollie T in the Ferrari. Who's behind him, Jacob and Dumbest Hornet. Oh, that's reminiscent of the championship race in season 4. Dumbest Hornet was in the pits, may I add, so it wasn't in pass.
Fastest lap 18.7 on the medium tyre.
Yeah, and this is the thing, the soft tyre, it is a low tyre degradation circuit, so it's not going to necessarily, the tyres are going to go off here. We do have a yellow in sector 1. Is that an Aston Martin? Oh, it's an Aston Martin that's gone round there, so we're just going to keep an eye.
Can't see any damage. Can't see a damage on Hornet's car, so
that's good.
It was Tamburello again.
It's catching a lot of people out at the present moment in time, so we're just watching Smith here, who has got Vans racing around about half a second behind. Vans runs slightly wide. Grimo got a 3-second penalty, but it looks like Smith is going to line up Morgan here. Morgan in the Aston Martin on those medium compound tyres. I think Smith is going to sail past him. Yes, he does indeed. With the aid of DRS, may we add, as well, as he comes down into Tamburello chicane. And Morgan just needs to make sure he doesn't run too wide. Did run a little bit too wide, or compromise his exit there. But I'll tell you what, we've got and again, Era Voice up into 10th place on those hard compound tyres. Again, well done to him at the present moment. We've obviously got Tomo on those hard compound tyres as well. So again, all of the challenges, the overtakes that we've had. Damalex just past Loppe to go up into 13th place. A battle of the Hasses there. Loppe had obviously, I think, just gone into the pits there on 1 lap mediums. But as it stands, it is a Ferrari out front of Guy. It is a Red Bull with Monster in the second. We do have a yellow. Oh, we've got a McLaren who's gone round. Is that Jacob or is that Tomo? It's Jacob. Oh, he's unfortunately gone round just coming out of the Tamburello chicane. Again, the Tamburello's catching everybody out tonight. Not everybody, most people. But we're seeing a lot of action down there. So folks, if you want to go and see some really good passing, then that is where you go, because there's lots of action. So
Vans has probably overheated his tyres because he's just spun it at
the chicane at
Variante
Variante.
Alta.
He has indeed. So we're just on board with him. So he will be diving into the pits. He's utilising his ERS, looking to use that, but he will be pitting shortly. If everyone else beginning to kind of calm down, I'll tell you one thing: the top three are separated by around about 3.7 seconds, but then we have this 11-12 second gap back from Ghetto Biggie in third place in the Alpine to Alex in the Williams. So again, there's a nice gap beginning to form there. The first of the medium runners is Morgan on that in Aston Martin, and then Mark in the Mercedes again coming up currently 1.5 seconds behind Morgan. We've got a yellow flag. Is that one of the Aston Martins? I think has gone round again potentially. We'll keep an eye on that.
Jacobs just got 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane.
It's all starting to...
Jacobs going to the hard tyres.
So again, people are starting to think, actually, is the hard compound tyre, given if you're going to go early from the softs or the mediums, is the hard compound tyre actually the one you want to go on? Potentially. It's going to be durable. Is it going to be quick? And Guy's in the pits as well. Our race leader has
Brogan
pitted.
Morris has retired.
Oh, unfortunately, we'll keep an eye on safety car. And I'll tell you one thing, if you could have timed it better, Guy timed it to perfection. I know he wouldn't have known Brogan would have been out, but he has timed that to perfection. Alex pits.
I didn't quite catch on the track map where Brogan retired. I couldn't catch it.
No, I think it has cleared at the present moment.
At least this gives us a chance to catch his breath.
Exactly. So Era Voice has just got a 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Grimo. Again, looks like under the safety car. Again, folks, as we say, Alex has come out on the mediums. So Guy's moved to the mediums. Alex has moved to the mediums. Smith's moved to the mediums. Mark has pitted, so he's taken this opportunity. He started on the mediums to take that opportunity to go on to... Is he going to go on to the mediums? He is indeed. And he's going to get out just in front of Loppy. So that Mercedes is the meat in a Haas sandwich at the present moment in time. I'm sure I'll never repeat that again this season, although you just never know. Safety car is there, ready to pick up the leaders.
It's the Mercedes for this one. It's the red one, isn't it? Because I've seen it coming out the pits behind Jacob as Jacob came out the pits.
Yes, indeed. So let's just jump back.
Because the safety car got released as Jacob was coming out of the pit. So Jacob came out just ahead of the safety car before it came out.
There we go. So we're just on board now with Monster and the Red Bull. He is moving on to the medium compound tyres also. And Ghetto Big is going back onto the sauce. A very bold, racy move there from Ghetto Big in the Alpine, my Alpha Tauri teammate from Season 4. So he has gone onto the soft. Ollie T is also on the soft. Thomas Hornet was only 2 laps on the soft. Stu Morgan goes into the lead. He does indeed. I'll tell you one thing, is Guy going to get out in front of them? Oh, he is. He's just going to get in front of them. So that sort of almost perfectly timed pit stop has allowed Guy to get out in front of Monster and Ghetto Biggie. Alex closing that gap. Smith 96 and 6th. Danilek 7th. Mark 8th. Loppy 9th. Era Voice in 10th. Era Voice starting the race on the hard compound. The only one to start on the hard compound has moved on to that medium compound tyre. They will need to pit again. I think there's no one in the lineup at the moment. Possibly the two McLarens. The two McLarens have gone for a bit of a strategy there in terms of hard compound tyres. Will they get to the end of the race? Potentially. It's probably likely.
Jacob literally came out on those hard tyres as the safety car came out, like I said. So will be interesting to see how he does from the back of the queue. And as I know personally, Jacob is very good when it comes to the safety car restarts.
Definitely, and we're just having a look at...
Mind you, he's got quite a bit to catch up because I think it's Vans who's just coming through. I think it's Villeneuve as Jacob's just coming to Tamarello.
Yeah, we're just...
on the track map.
Exactly, we're just keeping a look at the penalties just now. So we've got Morgan's got 3 seconds, we've got Monsters on 3 seconds, we've got Era Voice on 5 seconds, we've got Grimo on 8, Scott on 3, Tomo on 3, and Jacob on 5. So we were talking about incidents and penalties and track limits and safety cars, and we've had a virtual safety car tick, we've had a safety car tick. It's a bit like Bahrain Tier 3 all over again in terms of it. So again, well, I was at Tier 2 actually. No, it was Tier 2 last week when we had Bahrain. We had, what was it, 3 safety cars in the first.
The cleanest race
laps.
last week goes to Tier 1 because they had no penalties or safety
retirements,
cars.
Safety cars retirements. The whole grid finished the race. So we're just, I think, the only one who's due to catch this trail of gaggle of cars for the safety cars.
Jacob is just coming up to the Rivazza. Yes,
indeed. It's a very old school F1 track. Obviously, a lot has changed at Imola since the unfortunate events of 1994. Its current circuit length of 4.9 kilometres. Its first Grand Prix was 1980, and it did really fall off the F1 calendar from 2006, the last race it hosted before coming back in 2020. But it has come back on the calendar for 2022, folks. It has replaced the Chinese Grand Prix in the 2022 F1 calendar, and I think the circuit organisers are trying to keep it as a consistent. And I don't think anyone would say no to more Imola.
I wouldn't complain. Just a bit of information that I can dig off the top of my head from this track. I believe I think it was Imola where Jenson Button got his first pole position.
Was 2004, I think, in the BAR Honda.
Yeah, and one of the races I know very well was where the one that Michael Schumacher won the day after his mum passed away. Both him and Ralph had to do a massive job that day, and I think we all gave them all the wishes that we could at that moment in time, because it's not easy to go and race after losing a loved one.
No, definitely not, and fully echo that. Safety car in this lap, Morgan is basically taking on the role of the safety car. He will be backing the pack up, doesn't want to get too close to where the safety car is. We're currently on board looking back from that rear wing, and he's got that red Ferrari of Guy right at his rear wing. He knows he has to just pace this and go at the right moment. He doesn't want to give too much of a slipstream, and he's gone. He's absolutely floored it. He's got the ERS there, absolutely depleting his ERS. We can see Guy behind. Then we've got Monster in the Red Bull. Guy beginning to gain. Is he going to be able to gain enough? He's going to look to go around the outside. Is he going to go the inside? He does indeed. We just see on the left-hand side there as we see, I'll tell you one thing, he was squeezed Guy out fairly, though, as they come through the Tamburelli. He's run slightly wide, though. This is going to give Guy the opportunity as we go. Let's just jump on board now with Guy as we come down into turn 7 at the moment, and he's just biding his time as Guy. Not looking, he knows that Morgan's got those 11-lap old medium tyres. I think we've got Ghetto Biggie's gone down the field. Yeah. We're just
Ghetto Biggie's missing a front wing.
Oh, it's unfortunate for him. He was having such a really good race up into third, fourth.
Tozer.
It's unfortunate for him. We're just staying on board just now with Guy who's got Monster right behind him in the Red Bull as well. Then Alex in the Williams, and then Smith 96 in the Alfa Romeo. So we'll just stay on board with this battle. As we do, we'll go back on board with Stu looking from the rear wing, and we've got Monster. Alex is trying to go round the outside. I think that was maybe a missed braking opportunity for him, or very late braking. But he has dropped slightly behind Smith 96. But Morgan is going to be looking to get a really good run out of Rivazza the final corner on this track. Guy's going to be looking to basically, I'll say, hoover him up as they come into turn 1. But Morgan again puts the pedal to the metal. ERS fully activated. Guy around about 0.3 of a second behind, but he's going to be picking up that slipstream as we can see here. At the present moment in time, we've got Monster who's moved out to the left-hand side. Guy not as close this time as he was under the safety car restart. I would have possibly again biding his time.
Mark's just made a move around the outside of Damalek into Tamburello.
Okay, good move. We'll keep on board. We're just now looking at the battle with Smith 96 in fourth and Alex at the moment. Dumbest Hornet past Tomo in the McLaren there. So again, soft versus hard. We've got Guy. And we've got Guy who's gone off. And we've got Monster in the lead just now. We've got Mark up into fifth. We've got Morgan who's dropped down into fourth. But there was a slight, what looked like a bit of a tap coming out of Toza there. I don't think there's any damage to the Ferrari front wing. But Guy.
There's no damage to Guy. I'm on board with him.
Yep, just on board just now with Mark. DRS will be activated at the end of this lap. Again, remember, one DRS activation zone and one DRS zone. So Mark, currently in the Mercedes, is being challenged by Guy. He's going to be looking. We've got a yellow in sector 3. It's cleaned up pretty quickly. Actually, it's one of the Era Voice, I think, has gone round. Yeah, but we're just seeing Mark trying to go down the inside of what looked like Morgan there. Didn't quite pay off for him. But again, he's going to be utilising the ERS, as you can see, as they come down. Guy right behind him. DRS now enabled. Not enabled for this lap, but enabled for the next round coming. So let's just keep an eye out. We've got Nicolak, 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane there. Mark is trying to look up the inside of Morgan, but just doesn't quite get past there. As we now look at the two Hasties, Damalek 7th and Loppe in 8th. And then we've got Eva Homer in 9th and Ollie T rounding out the top 10. We've got a few people in the pits at the moment. Nicolak, Scott and Van Drayson are in the pits at the moment. Ghetto Biggie has moved on to those hard compound tyres after that loss of a front wing earlier on, and we're just keeping an eye out. Just now we're looking at Alex in 96 now, very close again, 0.4 of a second. Tell you one thing though, Monster in the Red Bull, he is currently stretching his lead. It's around about 1.5, 1.6 seconds, but if it keeps him out of DRS activation, he will be a happy man.
Guy's still, or actually Guy's going for a move on the Stube.
We're just seeing it. I think he backed out quite right there. He will utilise ERS.
The queue of cars behind Stu.
I'll tell you one thing, Carl. It's got a little bit misty.
It has.
Could there be rain on the way?
The sun has gone, the clouds are covered.
We're just on board with Smith looking back at the moment to Alex in the Williams. He's going to have DRS fully open. He is closing at a rate of knots.
Gone straight past you with the aid of the DRS. And
Alex has passed Smith 96 in the Alfa Romeo. Mark has also passed Morgan. I'll tell you what, Morgan doing well on those 14 lap old mediums. He's going to look to probably get another few laps of them, and is he going to look to jump on the softs maybe, or another medium run and then onto the soft battle?
A little bit twitchy out of there.
He was indeed, but Ollie T's just passed Damalek, and they're fighting it out. And he just didn't have enough of a rotation there, and slightly hit the side pods of the Ferrari there, but no spinning around or anything, which was good to see. We've just got Evil Homer, who's just run wide at the top of the hill there as they come down. Next closest battle at the moment is Loppe, we're currently on board with in the Haas. He is behind Morgan, but I will tell you one thing, if there is rain coming, it's going to come, or it could just be lulling us into this false sense of security. But I'll tell you one thing.
Time will tell.
if rain comes, it is not going to be a boring end to this race, and I don't think we were ever going to have a boring end to this race, let's put it that way.
No.
Guy at the moment, we're just looking at him fighting. He's got DRS fully open, and he will probably pass. He's got the fastest lap. Yeah, and he is past Smith just before the pit lane exit, so he is regaining time that was lost in that instant just coming out of Tosa. We do have, is it an Alfa Romeo? Oh, he's gone out, he's out. Unfortunately, don't know what quite happened just as he was coming out.
On the way up to the Variante Alta.
So they should be able to cover that under yellow flags, hopefully. No need for a safety car, let's hope. We've got some good racing here going. So Monster currently leading 2.6 seconds ahead at the moment. We've then got Guy in third, 1.3 behind Smith, who does have a penalty at the moment. We've got a few drivers with penalties. We've got 9 drivers pretty much. Well, actually half the remaining field. Nicolak unfortunately retiring there. We've got 2 retirees at the moment, Nicolak and Brogan at the moment.
So many cars nose to tail. I'm loving it.
Oh, completely. We're just focusing on this battle at the moment, folks, between Evil Homer in 8th, Ollie T in 9th, and Damalek in 10th. Jacob then and McLaren about 3 seconds behind this group. Damalek just getting out of the slipstream, but we'll be looking to keep for DRS. But it literally is a chain, and it's kind of Loppe is I'm not going to say he's the cork in the bottle. Where we're about to see Evil Homer, I think, pass him with DRS, but Loppe does have DRS himself, so it is fairly evenly matched at the present moment in time. And we're just then switch on board Evil Homer right down the inside. Well done, great move there. Ollie T does stay in front of Damalek. Scott gets a 3-second time penalty added on as well. So Ollie T on those soft compound tyres at the moment, 7 laps, so a good stint. He'll be probably looking to jump onto the mediums for his final set. But what will be interesting is when those top 3 or 4 drivers decide to go into the pits for their next pit stop, because if they're like us, and we haven't heard from any of the drivers that it was, we got Ollie T just running wide there as well, so he'll ran wide. He has let Damalek past, again probably not getting a penalty or a warning there. But again, we're going to keep on. We're just watching this battle. Morgan in 6th on those 16 lap. Oh, and I'll tell you one thing, Evil Homer's lost it as they were coming down. Literally, Morgan, he's absolutely hit the crash barrier. He has lost the front wing. He has lost his tyre.
Safety car number 2.
They were both coming down out of the Variante Alta into Ravazza. Morgan, did he leave him enough of a car's width? Possibly not, but he did then have Evil Homer on the grass, and he was a passenger. So again, safety car number 2.
Couple people diving into the pit. Stube has gone onto the soft tyre. Lurpy's gone onto another set of mediums.
Yeah, we'll just...
Hornet's on a set of mediums. Jacob's gone for a set of mediums.
Well, and this is the thing, though. We're 14 laps away from the checkered flag, and we've got people going on to soft compound tyres. We've got people going on to mediums.
I think there's a glitch for Tomo because he's gone to inters.
Oh, well, he hasn't, did he? Well, either that or he's seen something we haven't. Although, could it be he's maybe run out of tyres and it's switched them?
No.
Either way, he will not be a happy man at that. Either that or it has started raining and we don't know it yet. It doesn't look like it has on track.
I can't see any spots of rain.
No.
And there's nothing on no streaks on the car to say that it is raining, because you tend to see like rain streaks on the car before.
Indeed.
You see the raindrops.
Just seeing Monsters in the pits, our race leader, moving on to those medium compound tyres. That is him to the end of the Grand Prix, you would think. So he has basically taken the call early. He has said, I'm going to pit under the safety car and I'm going to see what my other competitors do, and that now pretty much will leave the question marks to Alex and to Guy and to Smith and to Mark to say, what are you going to do? Are you going to follow? Because they are right now behind the safety car. So Monster will come out in its 9th place at the present moment in time. He did have a bit of a gap there to Morgan in 10th in the Aston Martin. You would think Morgan would have to pit again on those soft compound tyres. Don't think they'll do 13-14 laps, but you never know. Might be a bit squirrely towards the end.
I think it'll be a stretch for Ollie on those softs, so he's going to be a bit ballsy if he stays out, in my opinion.
Indeed, I think he will be in probably at some point to switch to another set of soft tyres. If you're just tuning in, second safety car of the race, it was due to Evil Homer's retirement, looking to pass Morgan as they were coming down into Ravazza, got onto the grass. I'm sure the stewards will take a look into that in due course as well. Jacob's just getting another 3-second penalty there, but the second safety car of the race, we've gone from bright skies and sunshine to a misty and cloudy conditions. Who knows what the rest of the next 14 laps could hold for everybody. This is Monday Race Club. This is Tier 2 on Monday the 1st of November. And we have Tier 1 coming up shortly. Jacob will be commentating, as will I think Monster. So the two drivers who are currently participating in Tier 2 will be commentating for Tier 1. I will be taking a rundown from the commentary box after this race, getting into my McLaren overalls and jumping in the seat.
I'll be doing a Fernando Alonso and putting my feet up.
And of course watching the stream, and as everything that goes with it. And if Tier 1's anything like Tier 2, you are in for a cracker, folks. Do not go anywhere.
I see rain. I see streaks of rain on the cars.
Oh,
it's starting to rain.
Let's just jump on board, folks. We are on board with Guy at the moment in that Ferrari. Just keeping an eye.
I can see like streaks of rain on the halo of Alex's car.
Oh yes, I can see it as well. Or is it? Let's hope
Jacob swapped to inters. Yep. I see people changing to Inters. It's about to get juicy.
And I just wonder, and you're right. It's just wonder if it's not too early for the likes of Jacob, the likes of Vance, the likes of Tomo. And do you know what? Maybe Tomo did purposefully go on to intermediates to get on early and to pass. But again, you're going to be thinking, if you're the likes of Alex, if you're Guy, and if you're Monster,
we've still got about 13 laps to go.
We do.
I would say, yeah.
But if you're Monster, you're almost sitting there going, I pitted a lap and a half ago, put another set of medium compound tyres on, was in the lead of the race, and now the whole strategy's thrown out because people are going to be able to hopefully get to the end of the race with those inters. But is it going to be? Is it going to be heavy?
You can be just sat in that. You'll be sat in the car, and you'll be like, right, I'm set. I don't need to stop again, and then water starts hitting the car, and you think,
"Here we go."
God's sake!
So Rob, one of our Genie stewards, has said, "As a spectator, I love rain. As a steward, ... I think the stewards may be." And I'm not making any surmisings. I'm not being Mystic Meg tonight.
As we all know as well. This is my kind of conditions, as we all know.
It is indeed. It's the first rain, and Guy's pitted. I know Alex has gone in as well. I'll tell you one thing. They are. Alex, and whether it was intentional or not, was so late to jump into the pits there. I wonder if he was almost saying, we'll do the opposite of what Guy does.
That'll put Jake...
at the moment, Dumbest Hornet is in the lead on the medium compound tyres. Jacob is now second, and Tomo third. It's a McLaren 2-3. Let's not get excited now, folks.
Oh, calm down.
Let's not get excited here, folks, but it is a McLaren 2-3, and we have a Red Bull in fourth. Alex is out in fifth, so what was our race leader before the safety car is there in fifth. Guy sixth. Monster, our race leader before he pitted, is currently in 10th at the present moment in time as well, so everyone is on the inters bar from Dumbest Hornet. And I'll tell you one thing, and again, it's going to be an interesting one, because if the track conditions, you can see on the stream here that the track conditions are just getting...
it's getting wet. You can see the dampness on track.
Indeed.
Because I've got the T-cam of Hornet, and you can really see the wet. There's not much of a dry line at the moment.
There's not. We're just on board with Dumbest Hornet at the moment in that Aston Martin as we go behind the safety car.
Those mediums are going to be losing temperature like nobody's business.
They will. Safety car might come in this lap if I'm gonna stick my head out. I think the safety car will go round another lap. We've got Ghetto Biggie and 70. It's in this lap. Oh well, clearly. That was an ill-fated guess, but Ghetto Biggie should be around in time for it. So is Dumbest Hornet going to go for it, or is he going to pit and stick on a set of inters? If he goes into the pits now, he's going to drop right to the back of the field.
He is, and that's going to promote Jacob into the lead after being down towards the back of the order. Same with Tomo. The McLaren's obviously pitted before everybody else, and it's really paid off.
And here we go, Dumbest Hornet into the pits. He's gone into the pits. He has indeed. He's decided that he's had enough of those medium compound tyres. We've got two McLarens in the lead at the present moment. We've got Van Drayson in third. We've got Alex in fourth. We've got Guy fifth. Smith in 96 and sixth. We've got Damalik, then Mark, and then Monster, and then Stoop rounded out the top 10. All of them on intermediate tyres at the moment. Tomo's currently trying to defend. Jacob ran slightly wide into the Tamburello there. It's all unknown for everybody. Nobody's driven round in rain probably, and it's all unknown as they go. They're scrambling for grip at the moment. We've got the Williams of Alex just going up the inside of Van Drayson at the moment, and Guy is, I think, passed by Smith, and the battle continues. Oh, we've got three abreast. We've got one of the Williams is off. It's Alex. He's out. Oh, and he got collected. There was a bit of ping pong, as you were saying.
There was a bit of ping pong between him and Guy.
Oh, we're going to have to, obviously we'll keep an eye on that just in case there shouldn't be a safety car for that, but the Williams of Alex is unfortunately out. There was, as I said, three abreast coming into toes, and Mark is up to fifth in that Mercedes at the present moment in time. Dumbest Hornet got a 3-second time penalty there. He is currently 15th.
Jacob really putting his foot down. He's 1.7 ahead of his teammate at the moment up front, but they both have penalties, whereas Guy doesn't, who runs wide on the exit of The
We got a few,
Variante Alta.
yeah, a few running wide in that chicane at the present moment in time. We've got Vans Racing who's just around about a second, and I don't think we've seen DRS getting switched off yet. I think it is still enabled. It will not come into its own until the end of the next lap, 2 laps after the safety car at the present moment in time. But there could well be some inquiries into the stewards there.
Yeah, and another thing we've got to put into perspective, these guys are now racing on a wet track with dry setups.
Indeed, it's not going to be easy, and it's all going to be about getting the front wing in, getting the car slowed down enough, not running wide. If you run wide, you can easily be round and round in circles and pirouetting until the cows come home. We're just watching Guy at the present moment, just taking it quite calmly through there. And this is the thing at this point of the race.
I think Jacob's a little bit unsettled in these weather.
He's just dropped
it was
time.
1.7,
yeah.
And he's dropped some time there, and because it was 1.4 at least, and it dropped down to at least half a second, give or take.
Yeah, we're just jumping on board at the moment with Vans Racing in that Red Bull, 0.3 of a second behind Guy. Tomo another 3 seconds there, unfortunately for him. So again, got to watch, and again, even as they tried to slow down, it's not easy. The cars aren't turning as much. They're having to watch on the acceleration there. The ERS is being deployed, and Guy running really deep into the chicane. And I'll tell you one thing, Van's almost pushing him along there. So get out my way. He wasn't, of course, folks, though. Just a little bit as Guy ran that little bit deep in Van's, taking his normal line. So he just has to watch, make sure there's no front wing damage there in that Red Bull. But again, it's we've got Mark also behind in the Mercedes, and so we're just on board with him just now. He puts ERS.
Scott's round towards just before the Variante Alta.
We're just watching.
He's got no front wing.
Oh, it's unfortunate for him.
Front wing.
In that Mercedes, we're just seeing Mark trying to go down. He was almost looking to go down the inside of Vanzia, but I think he quite rightly said, nope, I'm going to hold back from that. He was probably a little bit too dangerous, could have risked taking them both out there. So we'll just jump back into the cameras. But we've got Jacob, who's got a 2-second lead at the moment. It is a McLaren 1-2 at the present moment in time here at Imola. Guy 3 seconds now behind Tomo. 2 seconds behind Jacob. But it's very much Mark racing there. We've got yellow in sector 1.
Is
it an Alpine? I think it is. Might be Grimo potentially, I think. The 2 Alpines.
Possibility, because he's
10th.
about 6 seconds or so behind Hornet.
Is indeed. We're certainly going to be in for an absolute belter of a last 8 laps here, folks. We thought it was already a great race. Just watching Ghetto Bigger just now. We've got a yellow flag in sector 3. Let's just go back up to the front. We've got the battle here with Vans, and Mark's going down the inside as they come into Ravazza past Vans Racing, and he executes that to a T. I wonder if Vans just ran slightly away coming out of the chicane there, but that allows Mark up into 4th.
Jacob's lead is up to 5.2 seconds.
I think certainly Tomo's probably had a moment,
so
and
I think the yellow flag was Tomo.
Yeah, and Jacob
as we
on
have
fire.
got a yellow at Ravazza.
Yep.
And I think that was Ghetto Biggie.
Just keep an eye on that Ghetto Biggie in 10th, and he went from what was 3rd earlier on in this race and then back down the bottom. We've just seen there Damalek passing Vans Racing as well, so great move there in the wet, but great driving from all these drivers. But you said Ghetto Biggie was up into 3rd, he then dropped to very last place, and now climbing back up the grid there into 10th, but around about 4 seconds behind Loppe in 9th. We're just watching Mark and Guy at the moment as they come to the top of the hill. Guy almost don't know whether this is the thing, you don't know quite whether they're still trying to get used to the conditions. The setup up Mark's absolutely all over the back of that Ferrari. Now they need to make sure they slow it down, no collisions as we go through.
These are the type of conditions where you find out who is more comfortable in the wet conditions to who is not. As Guy cut the Variante Alta a bit, and
it does. We were on board.
3 seconds. I think Mark's going to try and have a look down the inside here.
Yes, indeed. We were on board with Guy as he was coming in, and I don't know whether it's just been in the last few laps, but when we have seen Guy, he's come into the Variante Alta chicane, he has tended to run wide, sort of not wide, but he's went deeper into the chicane than other drivers that we've seen so far. So again, be interesting. We've got Damolek, who'll now be aiming to go down the inside of that Ferrari. Guy's looking to go back down the inside of Mark, but again, too far away. You don't want to make any lunges. Get Biggie back into the pits. Unfortunately, maybe he's had a little bit of wing damage there that he's looking at the present moment in time. Jacob currently out front with Tomo there. Tomo reserve at tonight for Martin, who is sunning himself in Spain.
Yeah, Biggie's gone to wets.
He's gone to wet again, though. Let's call it.
Let's keep an eye on that one, because.
Yep. The thing is, I don't know. I just wonder whether it doesn't look wet enough for wets.
No, I wouldn't say it's wet enough.
Yeah, Damolek's just gone down the inside of Guy at the top of the hills. They were coming down, so again, Damolek in the Haas now, and Guy is going to be. I don't know whether. And Damolek's just lost it. He got the rear end, stepped out there as they were coming out, so he's dropped back down to 6th place. Era Voice is up into 7th place at the moment. Guy. We've got Vance, who's just picked up a 3-second type penalty. He's picked up a penalty as well. Again, let's put it this way, the track limits were already pretty tough on this circuit, let alone throw water into the mix, and everything kicks off. Just watching your voice in that Alpha Tauri.
I'm just keeping an eye on how Ghetto Biggie does on the wet tyres, but I'm not too sure. He's losing time to Monster in front, because he's losing quite a bit of time, so I don't think it was, as he's lost it and he's gone.
Has he gone round?
On those wet tyres.
Oh, he's out, he's finished, he's retired, and it's a safety car. So Jacob's 5.8 second lead and Tomo's 5 second gap to Mark is going to be wiped out in a flash. But again...
Ghetto Biggie lost it around the around Aqua Minerale.
Yeah,
just not enough traction with those wet tyres.
Now we've got a couple of people there who are penalties for speeding under the safety car. So we can see there the stops. So Ghetto Biggie was on 6 stops. So before he retired, Scott's on 4, Monster's on 4. Monster, what was a one-time race leader, down to 14th at the present moment in time. So he'll be wanting to get back up the field. The rest are a combination of 2 and 3 stops. Your current leader, Jacob, Fire J Rooster in the McLaren, 3 stops. Tomo 222 in the McLaren, 2 stops.
If he's watching right now, I bet Martin is absolutely loving this, seeing 2 McLarens at the front of the field.
I've kept it very impartial and not shown my McLaren colours.
I'm just speaking what I think, and I know you're probably sat there smiling as well.
Oh, of course. I think, and actually, funnily enough, one of the things would have been, when was the last time we've seen a McLaren 1-2? Well, funnily enough, it was Monza this year. But before that, I'm convinced it would have been 2000, and I would have thought 2010 was the last time McLaren would have had a 1-2. It actually was. It was the 2010 Canadian.
I think it was Button leading home Hamilton. I think, or was it the other way around?
2010 Canadian Grand Prix was the last McLaren 1-2 before Daniel Ricciardo and Lando Norris in Italy this year. So let's just see. 2010. Here we go.
I believe it was.
It was Hamilton
100%.
Button. Hamilton
it was
Button.
Hamilton,
it was.
Then Button.
Yeah.
So Hamilton's always been strong at Canada, because that's where he got his first ever Grand Prix win, and I think his pole position as well.
Indeed.
In Canada of 2007.
Yeah.
Ryan Barber's just put in the chat, come on, Mark.
Now here we go, and this is it, folks. Oh, we've got Loppy's gone out as well. Oh, what's happened here?
Car.
What's happened here he's into the wall. He's obviously lost it as they were as he was coming out.
I think he did a George Russell. Trying to get heat in the tyres or something,
and
probably lost it.
That's unfortunate for him.
Bizarre.
Very, but it does bring us back to we've got what is now just coming up for 4 laps, or just come to the end of lap 28, folks, and this absolutely eventful. So far in season 5, I've commentated on 2 races that have absolutely been mental in terms of the amount of passes, in terms of safety cars, in terms of excitement. What we don't want.
To be honest, I think all 3 tiers always deliver regardless.
They do. Oh, they do. They do indeed.
And I'm just looking at the penalty situation. You got Tomo on a drive-through and Jacob with 6 seconds. Mark is looking rather comfortable there with no penalties.
Yes, indeed. So Tomo Tutu's got to do that drive-through penalty.
We're getting close to the end of the race as well.
Yeah.
So and as we've seen, Mark seems to be very good in these conditions. But as we know, so is Jacob, because he got to at least a lead of about 5 seconds before the safety car came out. So. Yeah. It's still anyone's, but looking at the penalties, I would probably put Mark in the front seat.
Yeah, so Mark's first win in Tier 2 last season was in Canada, the final race of the season.
The very last race, yeah.
He led a pole to flag victory.
Which I sadly got a DNS in Tier 3, but you're saying at the start of the stream about my race win. I'll just quickly say, what made it even more hitting was the fact that I got a DNS at the end of Season 4 and I've started Season 5 with a race win.
Exactly.
Complete 180 in fortune.
100%.
I felt like Daniel Ricciardo.
Do you know
after he won in Monza.
For a minute there, I thought you were going to say you felt a bit like Danny LaRue, and I was about to say, wait a minute here. I was like, I didn't quite know how far we were going with Danny LaRue.
Clear your ears out, Gav.
Clear my ears, exactly. Safety car is in this lap, folks, and we're not going to talk about Danny LaRue anymore. We are going to go back to where we are. So Jacob is going to look to lead the pack, and he's gone for it. ERS being explored at the moment in terms of it. Tomo 222 is going to follow him through. Mark is right behind you, right under the rear wing of Tomo 222. Tomo's going to be looking to keep the Mercedes behind him. Is Mark going to go down the inside as we go into turn 2 and 3? No, he doesn't. Guy runs wide though into the Tamburello. Unfortunately, he has been passed by Damalek there at the present moment. Yellow flag. Hornet and Grimo. Have they both come together?
I don't know, but they were both Grimo's on the outside of the corner. They both got damage, I would say.
They do indeed, Scott. We're just watching Scott and Smith just now. Oh, we've got Thomas gone round at just after toss, and he's out. Oh, the McLaren 1-2 that was nearly there. That was so close yet so far. And Mark now up into second. Jacob remains in the lead at the present moment in time. Are we going to get another safety car, folks? I think they might be able to cover that under the double wave jellos. But at the moment, Jacob knows he needs to stretch that lead to more than 6 seconds. Otherwise, Mark could potentially take the victory. Folks, there is still 2 and a bit laps to go. Nothing is called out at the present moment. We've got a yellow flag.
Vans is going down. He's got no front wing.
Oh, and this is the thing.
Exit of Minerale.
He has indeed. We were just seeing there 1.3 seconds at the moment, the lead between Jacob and Mark in second place. Damalek in the Haas in third place. So a great drive from him at the present moment. Guy down into 4th, so 2 places he's dropped from the start. Jacob up 12, Mark up 10. Morgan is pitted. Morgan is dropping down. He's in the pit, so has he maybe had some damage? We're just checking the Aston Martin just now. It doesn't look like any damage. We will jump back, and we've just seen Vans has run wide as well. He did have some contact, as you said, Carl.
Yellow flag.
Yeah, I think that's potentially Grimo.
I think that's Grimo at the back.
Yeah. So just keeping an eye. So Mark's now only less than a second behind Jacob at the present moment in time. So again, we're keeping an eye on this battle at the present moment. Damalek also has got penalties. So as it stands at the present moment in time, let's just have a look at penalties. So
Yellow in sector 1.
Yeah, and that's one of the Aston Martins. So yeah, Morgan's round, unfortunately. So we'll go back to that. We only have 2 drivers at the moment who don't have penalties. Era Voice, and again, let's started on the hard compound tyre, up into 5th place. Great drive, and he could potentially even inherit higher than that, depending on how his drive goes with penalties. Damalek and Guy both got 3 second time penalties. Mark wants to stay within those 6 seconds.
I'm looking at the gap to the leader, and if it finishes now, Jacob would drop to 3rd because Guy is 6.3 behind, so Jacob would finish in 3rd. As we're on the final lap.
They are indeed. Sector 3, we've got a yellow in there. I think it's been one of the Mercedes who's gone round. I think by the looks of Scott's gone round, unfortunately. So we will keep an eye on it. We're keeping an eye on the battle at the front at the present moment. Jacob in the McLaren out front at the present moment, looking back from the rear wing of that McLaren, 1.4 seconds back through the gloominess here at Imola to Mark, and then a further 1.5 seconds back is to Damalek and the Haas. Guy, who started second on the grid and got a great start, is currently in 4th place. He will potentially drop down with his penalties at the moment. Grimo now up to 10th for that final points scoring position. Dumbest Hornet in 9th, Smith 9th, 6th and 8th, Ollie T in 7th, Monster in 6th at the present moment. The rain is still falling, folks. There's still plenty to go. We have half a lap left. We have Jacob in the McLaren, who is leading on track at the moment, but remember, folks, it is not over until it is over. There is lots more. We've seen in Bahrain in Tier 3 that things can happen on the last corner, so rule nothing out at the present moment in time. So Jacob is coming down now into Ravazza. He has, what a race he's had. He's gone almost, he's been where he's been at the back of the grid, and he's been in multiple pit stops. He will come through as he comes out of the final corner to take the victory on track. However, Mark Hodgson is going to take the victory in terms of once the penalties are there. Jacob will finish 2nd at the present moment. Damalek is 3rd. Guy comes across the line. He is in 4th, but Era Voice
has gone 4th.
Big shout out to him in terms of the AlphaTauri to go 4th. Guy in 5th. Monster, who was our race leader at one point, finishes 6th. Ollie T into 7th. Dumbest Hornet is going to come across the line in 8th. Smith 96 is going to come across 9th. We then wait about 20 seconds until Grimo, we're just watching him just now in the Alpine. He's got about a 2 second gap to Morgan in the Aston Martin. He does have 3 seconds more penalties than Morgan, so likely see a change in position there. And as they come across the line, it will be Morgan who will likely take, and yes he does, he takes the final point scoring position at the present moment. And then we will have Scott, who is just coming up now, who will take 12th. And then Vans Racing, again, who's up there as well at times throughout this race, is going to come home in 13th place. But I will tell you one thing, that was a race from start to finish, that halfway through the introduction of the rain. What a race, Carl.
Absolutely, and I wouldn't argue that drive of the day for Jacob because of how well he's done, but I think like you say, Error Voice would definitely get a shout as well, yeah. In my opinion as well.
Yeah, definitely. I think
it's great to see Mark on top again, and it's great to see Jacob on the podium as well, especially with just moving up to Tier 2, so he is showing he definitely belongs in this tier, Jacob.
He does indeed. There's certainly a few candidates for driver of the day. And so as we go, as it stands, and these results are provisional until the stewards have reviewed all either collisions or accidents or points of contention. So Mark in the Mercedes takes the victory, which will be his 2nd in Tier 2, first of the season. Jacob in the McLaren 2nd, and both of them coming from the bottom half of the grid, so well done to them. Damalek 3rd in the Haas. Era Voice in the AlphaTauri, again coming from 14th right up to 4th there. Guy in 5th in the Ferrari Monster, 6th in the Red Bull. Ollie T, Dumbest Hornet, Smith 96 and Stub round out the top 10. We then have Grimo, we have Scott, we have Vans Racing, and then we have Tomo classed as finishing but did DNF towards the end of the race there. Loppy, Ghetto Biggie, Alex, Eva Homer, Nikolak and Brogan unfortunately didn't finish the race. but we've had an absolutely belter of a race.
Oh, you're telling me.
Exactly, and we're going to stay tuned, folks, because in 30 minutes' time you are going to get Tier 1, and who knows what's going to happen here at Imola. Carl, thank you very much for this evening, as always, and join us this time next week for Tier 2, and stay with the channel, because in 30 minutes you are going to get the Tier 1 race. Thank you very much. Good evening.
Good night.